Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today let's go over a premium medium question that I just solved on my own. So I'm very happy about this, and I'm super glad that I was able to come up with my own solution to this question without any assistance. So let's go over it and let me show you how I did it. This is number 3672, sum of weighted modes and subarrays. So essentially this question is like a sliding window question. Basically, for each subarray of length k, you want to multiply the highest frequency by the lowest value of that highest frequency. So for example, here, the highest frequency is 2, and also the only value with a frequency of 2 is 4. If 1 appeared twice, then we would just do 2 times 1 because we want the lowest value. So cool. So let's come up with a brute force approach first, which is just to go through nums and try to get all subarrays of size k. So c of nums of I plus k minus 1, and c of nums of I minus equal to 1. And then if this is equal to 0, then delete it. So if we print c, you can see this is basically the hash map implementation. Let's see, minus k plus 1. Each subarray of size k getting the hash map. Basically, first we have this, then we remove this, we add this, and that's how we do it. Just a fixed sized sliding window of size k. In this case, like this, and then this. And you can see that's good, but we also want to get the biggest frequency and also the smallest number with that frequency. So I decided to use a sorted list and go through c.items, and I'm going to add negative BA because we want the biggest at the front and then also the smallest. Basically, this is normal order. So the highest frequency and then the smallest value. Okay. So what I did here was, because we can just loop over c.items and say, hey, if B is equal to the max of, then we can just like sl.add A and then multiply this by the max, but that's going to be n squared. And so the way I came up with is instead to say we have a value, and that's just going to be c of this, because if we're changing the frequency from, let's say, 1 to 2, we're going to get rid of 1 and then add 2. So let's just say sl.discard if this exists, negative value, and then the actual value itself. So this is the frequency, and then this is the value. And then we're going to add it here. Negative value, nums of I plus k minus 1. And the value is updated because we just changed it. And then the same thing here, discard and then add. Negative c of nums of I, sl.add, negative c nums of I, and then here, again, sl.discard the 0 and then the value itself. Okay, so if we print sl, you can notice that actually what we just need is absolute value. So this has to be renegated because for example, if we have a frequency of 8 and 3, negative 8, instead of this coming first, this is going to come first because this is sorted in descending order and then ascending order. So descending order means the highest frequency is going to be at the very left side, and then normally that's going to be at the right side the bigger it is. If it's bigger on the right side, then it's going to be the smallest one on the left side. That's why the very first one is the one we multiply by. So let's go ahead and make an answer. And hopefully that made sense, but let's say 1 and 2 is just SL of 0, and then SL 0 of 1. So we're just multiplying those together because that's the highest frequency and the lowest number. Okay, so the other thing, we want to make sure these are renegated. So make these absolute value, and then we just want to add 1 times 2. Okay? And at the end, we can just return answer, and that takes it down to n instead of n squared. So let's run this. SL, let's run this. and submit it. And there you go, passes all test cases. So again, I'm super happy that I was able to come up with my own solution to this question without any help and solve it completely on my own. So that's it for this video, and thank you for watching.